We're going to talk right now about Landline, which is a movie in the U.S. dramatic category. It's world premiere. We have director and two of the actors in the movie. Welcome, Gillian Robespierre, Quinn, Edie Falco. Thanks for coming in so early.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, I have to point out that they have the most practical shoes for Sundance on a snowy day. Awesome. I think they're saying like a foot of snow and tromping around in it. You have the perfect shoes. But anyway, Gillian, tell me a little bit about the film.
The film takes place in New York City in the 90s, and it follows two sisters, one of them Quinn, the other Jenny, as they come of age and watch their parents fight and divorce. And the parents are played by the lovely Edie Falco.
I only play one parent.
You can't get around to playing both parents.
Listen, I told them I could. They weren't interested.
We were thinking about it, but just doing like a split
screen.
Yeah, no, just makeup, male,
mustache.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the parents never appear on screen at the same time. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
And the 90s play big in the movie. Why did you pick the era of the 90s?
Yeah, hopefully it brings people back to a time that they remember. It's not so far away, but that we do it in a subtle way where it's not gimmicky, that we set it in the 90s really for one reason, which was so we didn't have to rely on, Facebook and Instagram and social media as a story device. We wanted to throw characters in a room and have them get to know each other better. And I think it's hard to do that with, texting.
When everybody's sitting at the table
with
looking
their
like
tiny
this.
little computers.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the other day when I knew I got to chat with you all about the movie that it's not going to be very long till a generation doesn't even know what a landline is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
not know what a landline is?
Well, I did know what one was. They had to remind me how to use it in the movie, but I've seen one, so. And I
Not necessarily used one.
I got to use one in the
I
movie.
think you had problems with the payphone.
I had also problems with the payphone. Anyway.
That's so funny and so sad for the rest of us three.
It was really great.
Yeah, it was a good learning
And
experience.
how about you, Edie? What is it like going back to the 90s for a little bit?
It didn't really feel like that far away. And then once we started putting the clothes on, I was like, oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Now I remember, and now I know why we're not there anymore. But it was a time when I was, first coming into being a grown-up and very rich in my own family experiences. So it was really fun. And it really was fun to put the devices down and remember that, it was about talking to people's faces at one time.
And cell phones were as big as a shoebox.
Right,
If
but
we even
only
had
the
them in
fancy
the
people
90s.
had them,
Yeah, we didn't. My family didn't have
No,
them.
we
My
didn't
family
either.
didn't have them.
No.
We didn't have anything. We actually had to talk to each other.
And you made it through.
And Edie, you've been doing a lot of television, and this foray into film, was that a really nice change? What was that like?
I will do whatever's good. I don't have any ideas about what's next or what went on in the past. If I read a script and it's good, I don't really care what the venue is so much. This was smart and funny, and the people that were already involved were thrilling to me, and so, I showed up.
That's great. So the movie was described as a whole, you reprise your talent for subversive comedy, exploring how family bonds grow sturdier through lying, cheating, and strife. Does that sound about right?
And hibachi.
And now, how does hibachi play in?
There's a lot of Benihana scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you meant there for a minute. I was like, did I miss that part?
I don't remember that part.
Yeah.
But so, how does that play into the film, into the plot, or does it?
I think my co-writer Liz Holm and I like to tell stories about humans making, mistakes and trying to navigate life that can be messy, and monogamy can be hard and unattainable, and it's not right for everybody. And we show 3 generations of women struggle with those issues in different ways. And hopefully people can relate to these women, laugh with them, and if they cry, I'm sorry, but
that's okay too, though.
That feels good too.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. So, excited about having this film show at Sundance, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Thrilled.
Very excited.
Yeah. Why is that so important? Why is that so different than Toronto or San Francisco or someplace else?
I mean, screening it in front of an audience is great no matter where. But 3 years ago, I screened my first feature, Obvious Child, here, and it truly did change my life. I went back to New York after the festival and sold my next idea for a feature and was able to sort of start my life as a filmmaker, which I owe all to Sundance and that experience and that, you know, the access and, you know, people writing about your movie and bringing it alive. So it's a wonderful place, except for the blizzard that's happening right now.
Which kind of happens every year. Well, not the last couple of years, but usually.
It was tough getting here.
And for the two of you, what was it like working on Gillian's film, working with each other? What was the chemistry like?
Well, I had been a huge fan of Gillian after seeing Obvious Child, and I loved the script so much. And yeah, it was just really easy and comfortable. It didn't feel like there was a period of even like getting to know her because she's so genuine and nice to work with. Same with Edie. I met at the read-through, and yeah, I think there was chemistry right away. We didn't have a big rehearsal period of time. It just felt really natural, and yeah, that she was like a mother figure. So it felt really, yeah.
Same?
Easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I knew from the writing that I was dealing with like-minded people. You know, this sounded like the way women talk, the way people talk, the way families talk, rather than the way we often see on television or in movies that families talk. Felt more real. And, you know, these guys hired people who understood that and fell into the world very easily. It was a fantastic
And you
experience.
got to work with John, who
I got to work with John Turturro, who I've known for years and years socially. His cousin Aida Turturro is a good friend of mine, so we've had Thanksgivings together, but we never worked together.
Oh, wow.
So it was the first time. It was pretty exciting. He's he's great. Everybody loves him.
That's fantastic. So would you describe the film then as does it have a happy ending? Is it an optimistic ending? We were talking about Strife and Hibachi.
Yeah, I think it's for each person to take their own, you know, how the ending is for themselves.
Right.
To walk away with their own feelings. I think sometimes I watch it and I think, this family's okay.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I watch it and I think, well, maybe one person's going to go through, you know, some tough times,
Yeah.
but they're always going to have each other. They're a very close-knit family, even though they don't live under the same roof, you know, and I think that's what we were trying to have people walk away with.
All kinds of different definitions of family, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Right. Thank you so much for getting up early and putting on the big snow boots to talk with us. Gillian, Abby, Edie. Landline, it premiered on Friday, but you still have a chance to see it. We'll be right back. Thank you so much.